as you can see, it's not necessarily the most sunshine in the world, but that's what you get in Florida in the afternoon, just constant rain and little thunderstorms that crop up. But it doesn't look bad, honestly. I don't see any particularly dark clouds anywhere. We're gonna head out, and I actually think we're just gonna get free shade all day, so I'm looking forward to that. Heading back to the boat ramp here. So we got people on jet skis having a good time today. I put my boat on the other side of the dock so that if anyone else wants to get out while I'm parking the truck and walking back, they can. So, all right, see you on the water. All right, we're detached. Now we got this on together here. Let's get the Garmin fired up. Takes a minute. We got some other people coming by. Let's go back to our... We didn't really need waypoint map. I showed you guys last time. It's crazy. It's just lines everywhere. Go back, and it's just I just like to bring up the traditional. When I'm out here, I know where I'm at. Get a little bit of turbulence, so I don't think those are fish. It's just probably just debris in the water right now. All right, so for today, you know, I don't have the little explorers out here, just me and the boat. Everything's running smooth. Yamaha 50 horsepower 4-stroke. Purring like a kitten. So what we're gonna do today is we're gonna head out, and if we go back over here, which I think you saw in the last video a little bit, there's a little bridge going underneath. That's part of the Fingers, what we call it, Banana Lake, the Fingers of Banana Lake. A lot of good bass fishing out there, so we're gonna try and hit some bass up today. See how that goes. Let's get a little speed on here. Let's get the engine warmed up. I'm gonna give it a little throttle here. You never know if somebody is going to be coming out of there at the same time you're going in. And it's very narrow, a lot of thick grass right here. We're just trying not to bump into nobody. But I'm pretty confident I can see pretty well. I'm not sure how well you can see here, but I don't see anybody coming out. So we're just gonna idle up to it. And I only saw 2 boats and a jet ski on this lake in terms of the dock ramp. So priority access to this lake, unless you live on the lake, you know, you're dropping your boat off and leaving your truck and trailer out by the parking lot. So I only seen 2 other vehicles out there. We should be okay. The odds of someone else coming out, very low. Now when I got in, my feet are soaking wet. My shoes, my socks. I didn't bring my Crocs today, unfortunately. That was my dumb part. But it's alright. Who cares, right? We're on the boat. Oh. I'm looking at my shoes, I didn't realize we're drifting. We got a little bit of wind coming in from left to right, as you can see by the grass and how the boat direction is kind of drifting, so I'm going to turn into it. And that beeping you're hearing right here is my shallow water alarm on my Garmin. I have it set to go off anytime we get to water that is 3 feet or less. That's when it starts to go off, once it reads a 3-foot reading. And right now we're at 2.7, so I'm going to stop the beeping for y'all. Now as we get through here, I'm going to trim up on the motor. We're still at 2'4", which is really good, 2'3". As you can tell, we live in Florida. It's summertime. It rains constantly, so our water table's high. I've gone through here before, and it's been less than a foot. Right now, we're being 2'3". We are over a foot higher than what some of the lows have been through here. And I do have a flats boat. This thing is meant for shallower water, so I can get through about a foot of water, probably even less, if I'm going at speed or on a plane. It's so nice and beautiful out right now. See, while most people could be at home watching NFL football on this fine Sunday, you could also be out here. I'm sure you can see the bridge now as we get through the bridge portion. Yeah, you can see pretty good right there. That's a nice camera angle. I'm gonna start using that camera angle more often here. I'll show you too when I get through this bridge here of where I'm putting the camera and how we're setting up for now until I can get a mount for it. Once I get a mount, I think things will work way more smoothly, have better camera angles. But, I'm just getting started, just trying to feel things out, so we'll see. Man, it's so nice over here. It's actually a golf course right here. It's a little bridge for access on the golf course. Now we're through here. We're still about 3 foot right now. It starts to get deeper right here. Now we're getting closer to 4 foot, 5 foot again. About the lake average. The size of the main lake's about 6 foot or so. Depends on the areas. But back here and back on the other side, there's much deeper areas, up to 20 to 30 feet even. So it varies. It's an old phosphate mine. All this area is dredged out for phosphate. And they left us a nice, beautiful ecosystem to enjoy afterwards. So here we go. I'm gonna put her back into neutral and I'm gonna get set up. So where the phone's been sitting, oh man, I've been zoomed in. Dang it. I'll have to do that next time. That's where I'm at right now. That's where I wanted to be. I really want to be up here. But as you can see, this is where we came from. It's just so nice out right now, especially this nice cloud cover. Everything's super cool. We don't have any crazy humidity or sun beating down on us. This is what being in Florida is. Days like this, so just make it special. Let's go catch some fish. Hi, it's Marcus here for Sunshine Explorers. I'd like to welcome you all to the channel. It's a new thing I'm trying. I hope you all enjoy it. Where we explore the great state of Florida and all the sunshine that you can find around here. There's plenty of places to go, things to do. Won't always be on a boat. Just kind of starting out on a boat. There's going to do hiking, camping, things year round you can do around here. But right now, kind of in September, still a good time to be fishing. You know, never have a bad time out here, especially when you're fishing. Out here in Florida, it's always a good time. So let's get set up. In here, my hatch, I got this guy, which down here I have a hard ring I stick this into, just like that. It sits up just like this. I can pivot around, really get all the good angles. Wherever I want to fish, I control the boat from up here. Trolling motor. This guy, got pretty simple mechanism. You just pull, you hear the click, and then I don't know if you can see that. Trolling motor just goes down, clicks again. And you set the depth too on the trolling motor. The trolling motor's got depth to it. The deeper you put the trolling motor, the more power and the better stability it has when it's trying to push your boat around. But also, if you're in really shallower waters, you don't want it too shallow. So for me, I'm going to put about right here, where it's not super deep in the water, but yeah, I think it's about 1.5 feet down at most. So you start getting anything to 1.5 feet or shallower, you can start bottoming out, but nothing around here is going to be like that. Next, we got our power plug. And that's it, pretty straightforward. You know, on the foot pedal for this guy, I'm not sure how well you can see this or not. Maybe I'll hold it up here. For the foot pedal, it's a cable mechanism. So you push your heel down into it, it rotates one direction. Push back the other way, the cable rotates back the prop on the front the correct direction. You also have a switch to on and off, and you have a thrust right here. So you have 5 levels. You have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and off. Right now, because we don't have any current, it's pretty still and quiet out here. There's no need for like level 5 unless you're really trying to haul butt somewhere. Over here, so I turned my Garmin back off because we don't need to waste the extra battery. If we don't need to be using it, we're going to be up there the whole time. And I know the depth of the lake. I've been here frequently. My bilge pump float switch is activated. I got my battery, voltmeter, and that's it. Everything else is off. My dashboard's on, but I don't need it. And my fuel gauge is showing empty, but that's just because I'm not in auxiliary mode. Or let's get hooked up. Let's get our pole put together, and I'll see you over there. All right, so here's my pole. I got an ugly stick GX2 custom. It's very light, fast action, medium fast action, 6-foot pole. Nothing too crazy. I like having a little bit lighter pole, especially for out here. I mean, there are some bigger bass out here, but this makes it more fun. I use a 10-pound clear monofilament on this one, and I'm going to be using a Texas rig. For all of you who do not know what Texas rig is, Texas rig is simply a big J-hook, I believe it's called. Let me pull out right here. It is EWG hook, size 4. For lead worm sinker, I'm using a 1/8. Put that on right here. Now I do have these 6 cents Peg X stoppers. These are really good. You can actually put them on right before your weight, and it helps keep your weight right here and doesn't allow your weight to just slide back and forth on the leader. Zoom, bass love them, right? Well, let's find out. This is June Bug Red for a U-Vibe Speedworm June Bug Red. Though this doesn't look very red to me. This actually is kind of more of a deep purple. You see right here? Got a deep purple with some green, blue, and red flakes inside of it. We are drifting kind of close to the shore over here, but we'll be alright. I'm going to move it around real quick before I show you how to hook this on. You see here, I'm kind of using a 2-foot action here. Use 1 foot to kind of control the direction, the other foot to push the button there. And you see, we're just turning. I got a little indicator on the trolling motor itself. It tells me which direction the thrust is pointing, so I know which way to turn and how to angle with my direction of my boat. So now let's get to the worm installation here. Pretty simple, right? We got our J-hook. As you can see, we got our little 1/8 ounce right there in front. The point is pointing down the line towards the pole. I take my worm, I stick it right into right into the top there. And we only want it just a little bit, maybe about a 1/2 inch or so. Nothing too crazy. We're going to have just enough to where it goes over this little ridge right here and cover up the knot. So I'm going to cover up the knot. As you see, it just kind of sits out here. Now, how to gauge where you want to pierce the second pierce, right? Because you got to push this through your worm now. You just kind of line it up. So right there is kind of where it crosses over. Maybe see it better like that. I'm just going to put my finger right there, and that's where the hook will go right through the center of it. In completely, out completely, straight through. All right, and then straighten it up. And there you go. Now you're just going to have it kind of looking like this. Right? And you just kind of give it a little bit of a pull and point the tip into the worm a little bit and have just the tip of the hook kind of go into the worm. And that's your Texas rig, basic Texas rig. You're going to have the tip of the hook covered inside here, and what that's to do is to help keep the hook from grabbing debris and other things that are just in the water and from getting snagged. And there you go. And so over time, it may pop out. You just kind of pull it and stick it back in until you're good. But once you yank on it, bass grabs it, that pops right out, and you hook them up easily. So there we go. There's our basic Texas rig, just like that. And June Bug Red. Don't look very red to me, but that's what the package said. Alright, so now I'm just turning around, getting the boat angled again. I want to be heading down this direction. The way we kind of came in, you want to keep going. There's a bunch of other good places. I think right in this first little area, I haven't caught anything in it yet, though I had one bite just a little bit up here. It's just not very deep, so I'm assuming the bass like to be a little further out. It's a nice little spot over there underneath the trees. It's kind of like a little cove. Fish might be wanting to hang out in there. Nice little kill zone. Let's see what happens. Some other good spots around here. Maybe even scratch the surface yet. Not sure what that's called. Maybe you know what that kind of bird that is called. Let me know in the comments. Let's get a little close up. So I can get over here, coming down, we're gonna make a right here. There's an opening. You can go down here, but all it is you go straight down. It goes all the way down, probably another 1,000 yards or so, and then there's another bridge you can go under and go left for a little while, but it just gets really shallow over there and just kind of dead ends into a ditch. So there's not really much farther you can go that way, but there is a lot of exploring over this way. So we'll see what we can do over here. Stay hydrated. For snacks, got me some Jack Link's mini turkey stick. It's alright. Something. This one looks like a garlic and rosemary. Good flavor. Jack Link's is like probably number 5 of my all-time favorite. The little beef sticks though, they're nice and handy. Just like a snack. There we go. Next snack time, I got here the Better Nut Bar, Members Mark. You can see that. Good little dark chocolate sea salt and various nuts. Full of energy. Tastes great too. Man, it is just so nice out here and quiet. It's now about 3:15 in the afternoon. Supposed to be a full moon tonight. I bet you the fishing will pick up as we get closer to sunset. Really good. So good. Let's go. Alright, so this part right here, it's really thick. I'm not sure how well you can see it, but it's just straight overgrown. I don't know if anyone's been down there in a minute, just based on how packed in all these lily pads are, but I'm going to crank my trolling motor all the way up to 5. We're just going to try and power right through and see what happens. See, there's our destination over there. That's where we came in at. And crank it up to 5. You can see right here when I turn, I got this little indicator right here. This little red circle. It kind of points where the thrust is going, so aim that behind you. Get some speed going here. And I might actually pull up the motor. Just depends. Let me get through this. So far we're cutting through it. And we made it pretty good. Let's get through here. I'm going to clean up the shaft there. I bet you it's caked. I can hear it chopping. Well, that's good. We made it. So now we're right here. Let me go through down here and see. Oh yeah, look at all that fun. Alright, we're clear. Widens up. See, now we got all the way down there to explore. You have all the way down over there, and it actually does used to connect back there, but it's just overgrown like crazy. Like even this tall stuff that you don't really want to get into unless you absolutely have to, but we're not going in it. Now we're opened up. Nice and calm out here. I don't think anyone's been back here a minute. It's based on how thick that's been. I think people have been too scared. We'll see. We're back here. We're exploring. Let's keep it rolling. Overall, really good day. The sun finally came out. I can feel it. I hope you all had a great time exploring with me. Promise we'll catch some more fish in the future. Just may have been a bad time. A day or fish feed wasn't until a little bit later, but I gotta get back home. It's getting late. I'm hungry. I'm gonna dock the boat, get the boat trailer back up, and I'll see you on shore. Thank you. And there we go. Got the boat tied up in the front and back. I just kind of jump off. I got this front rope I attach on here, latch onto the front hook, and I wrap around. Let me show you guys how to wrap it around here. So to hook off any boat, simplest thing to do first, get your rope around. You want to go around the front of the cleat. When it's coming, the boat's on that side. You don't want to go around the back of the cleat. You go on the front, give it a loop around, do a figure 8. And the second figure, flip the rope upside down underneath, lock her tight. You can do 2 if you really want to. One's usually good enough. That's quick knot, how you latch your boat to the dock. Simple as that. Alright, thank you everybody for coming out. I hope you had a good time exploring with us as we got the boat all strapped up, ready to go. I think about to call it for the day. Please do make sure you hit that like button. Please subscribe to the channel. We're trying to grow. The more we grow, the more adventures we can have. Thank you. I'll see you next time.